here with Colorado head coach Karl Dorrell. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm getting there. Like, how's it for you being able to come to media days, in as much as you want to come to media days?
It's been fun.
Okay.
It really has been. We missed it last year.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do any of these things,
Right.
and actually we missed a lot of things that we probably should have been doing, just to kind of bring the season to a start and all that, but COVID kind of got in the way. But we are excited about 21, though. This is a great year.
The athletic director, Rick George, had related a story about your hiring, and that y'all sat and talked on the couch, were interrupted by like a FedEx shipment, and just really got to know each other in a very short amount of time for us, right? But hours for you. And since then, you've had such a calming presence on the program. How did you get all that done? I mean, you go from I'm having a conversation with the athletic director to accepting a job to seeing a program in upheaval to really, hey, we're okay, we're fine, we're gonna get it back.
Yeah, that was true. It kind of went through that way. When I talked with Rick, it was a Thursday afternoon. I was in Miami, and it was the week before the combine, the NFL combine was going to start. And I was flying home that night back to Colorado. That's where I have my home. My wife lives there, and I was kind of living remotely in Miami with my wife being back in Lafayette. So I was going there for a long weekend prior to flying from Denver to Indianapolis for the NFL Combine. And 3:22 p.m., I get a phone call from Rick George asking if I had an interest in the Colorado job. And I said, well, sure. When do you want to talk? And he said, well, can you get out here by Friday? I said, well, I'm actually flying out tonight. He said, well, can we meet at your house? So anyway, I'll fast forward the whole story. As you know, he came to my house, we talked for hours, and he offered me the job. And so, yeah, it went fast. It went really fast. And on Monday, obviously I didn't go to the NFL Combine. I was introduced as the head coach at Colorado. And it was a fast whirlwind of information. First of all, we had spring ball that was going to start. This was February 23rd now, okay? So we had spring ball that was going to start March 16th. I haven't even hired staff yet. So you're talking about, okay, what am I going to do to hire this staff? So it's the first and foremost, I wanted to meet every player first before I even thought about coaches. So I interviewed all of our players. So I had 109 kids I had set up interviews for 10 minutes. That I did from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I did that for about 4 or 5 days. And so once I just wanted to get a feel of those players. What did they thought were the issues of why we struggled, or how can we be better, or what are your hobbies? What do you like to do outside of football? So I kind of wanted to. It was an icebreaker, right? Basically. So I went through a week of doing that. Then I hired a staff, and then all of a sudden, just when I was finished hiring my last member of my staff, we're about 3 days before spring ball, I get the call from Rick George saying, you know what, we're going to have a student-athlete meeting as a department. We're sending all our players home. So it happened. Everything happened really fast. But I bring that up because instead of panicking, which is going back to your original question, instead of panicking about, I have so much to do and now this COVID thing hits and everybody's going home and I haven't even put an offense, defense, or anything together yet, I just kind of took a deep breath and said, well, wait a minute. Everybody's sending their kids home. It wasn't just me. It was everybody. Everybody. So the football, every football program, at least on the West Coast, had to stop. And they sent their kids home. And so I felt at that point I didn't have to panic now. Now it's about, okay, we're gonna be the best teaching staff on Zoom than anybody else. So we just, for the next month and a half while our kids were back at home finishing up school, we taught our football on Zoom. And even though I haven't had an in-person meeting or anything like that until actually the middle of July, it was really the only and best way that we can kind of still get our information taught. Was it the best way in terms of not being able to practice it? Sure, we didn't have the ability to practice it, but it gave us at least a level playing field with everyone else because everyone else was doing the same thing. So we weren't behind anybody, is my point. So the way that we created that edge for ourselves is that we just coached our coaches about, let's do a great job in our presentation. Let's do a great job of showing a video on Zoom and really getting our information in. And then there'll be a point in time when we are able to practice. let's see what we got then. So when October came, because remember, we all came back
Right.
in July.
7 months later.
We all thought that, well, here comes the season, and the Pac-12 said, no, you're not playing. And all of us coaches like, what? Right? So we're all upset about that. But it was the right decision. But when we felt that when all the other conferences were still trying to play, quote unquote, trying to play, I think us as a coaching group said, oh, we should probably try to play too. And I think I'm glad, and that was the reason why we were able to come back and at least have some, a 6-game season. But it was, as you know, a difficult year. But I didn't panic about it. I think it was all in our approach. I didn't want our players to think that I was a panic type of coach, their first impression of me. I just wanted them to understand there's a detail of how we do our stuff and that we're not going to have the normal resources, but yet we're expected to play well. So what are we going to do about it? And they responded to it, and to this day, I thank those guys for their resilience, for everything that I've asked them to do. They were able to do it, and it ended up being a positive step forward last year.
So we have been doing this bit here where I put together what I thought was the best all-time Pac-12 offense and defense. And I would like your feedback. I'd like to know who I missed. So you're going to look at the offense first.
I'm not on there. No, that's
well,
not
hey. Nate Landman walked in here and said, where am I? I'm not here.
Oh, man. Let's see here. There's some good players. Definitely some really, really good players. Now, I'm going to take you back in the day now. Okay. And because I would agree with most of these, but the most intimidating quarterback in my mind, I don't see him on here.
No, if it's not Matt, it's not there.
Okay. Well, it was John Elway.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a difference maker. And he had a couple good receivers, and he had a good running back because we had his brother in our program, but we had Kevin Nelson. They had Darren Nelson. I don't know if you remember that name or not, but Darren was a prolific running back that led the conference in receiving too. So, but the reason why I say it was John Elway, he didn't necessarily have all the talent, but he was a great distributor of getting the ball to his talent. And he can run all the way to this sideline and throw it all the way back across the field 70 yards. I don't know if Matt could have done that.
You got a point there, Coach. Take a look at this defense right quick.
Okay. Now, those are some names I played against. Ronnie Lott, definitely right. Ray, okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back again. There's a couple really, really good safeties, and one that I played with at UCLA, Donnie Rogers. He was really good.
Okay.
And I felt that he was one of the best in the history of our conference, too.
Wow.
Steve Entman, I definitely remember playing against. Aloti Naga, yeah. Suggs, yeah. No, I would just add, I would say the UCLA safety, Donnie Rogers.
All right. Colorado head coach, Karl Dorrell. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with Colorado players, Dimitri Stanley, Nate Landman. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Yeah, doing amazing. Thanks for having us.
Right on. Off top, you got two outstanding home games in A&M and Minnesota. And for starters, you get to play a full season with Coach Dorrell. Like, how does that feel for you? Dimitri, you go first.
It's amazing. I love being able to come back to normality, honestly. COVID year was kind of weird. Definitely deprived of a lot of football. And we're coming out with 2 big games, so I'm excited, to say the least.
Nate, what about you?
Yeah, man, I'm excited to get back out there. End of the season kind of rough way, and excited to just get back on the field and start competing. And for those games, those first couple games, I'm excited just to show the world CU football and what we can do, and kind of put CU back up on the map to be able to compete with those big teams.
I was just going to say, like, that's what these are, right? These are opportunities for CU to show out, let alone what other people might think. And with that in mind, you had a first-year head coach in a COVID year, right, who came in kind of late. Yeah. But as this year has gone on, how have you guys got to know Coach Dorrell? Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you both to tell me a story that you could tell us about what kind of person Coach Dorrell is. Nate, you go first.
The kind of person, first of all, I just want to say playing for Dorrell is a great experience. I couldn't be happier with our head coach and the kind of man he is and the kind of direction that he has his program going in. And my little story about Dorrell is when I tore my Achilles and everything, he was the first person in my corner and helping me figure out what's the next steps. And, he wasn't looking to have any personal gain or anything. He was looking out for the best intentions of me, and I think that's just a great story for his character and kind of person he is, and how he's looking for to put his players first and above his needs.
You straight?
I'm straight.
Okay, all right. I gotta ask. You tell me about Achilles, I clinch up. I think most people do too.
Yeah, no, I'm back.
I'm good. I like that. Dimitri, you got a story?
I mean, my story is kind of just like an everyday type of thing with Coach Dorrell. He's a real passionate coach. Obviously, being a wide receiver coach as a background, he comes up and helps me with a lot of things, technique-wise, and practice, just helping to teach me new things. And when he came in, I honestly feel like we didn't really skip a beat. I feel like he brought the team together even more, if anything. So I really like the direction he's taking us in, and he's going to continue to do it.
So change the subject to what I think are some fun questions. Again, have fun with them, right? So, Nate, let's start with you on this one. Who is your favorite college football player?
Me.
Okay. You got another favorite?
Nate Landman.
Okay, why is Nate Landman your favorite?
All right, my favorite college football player? Let's see.
It's like, you really gonna make me drill at Nate Landman like that? Don't do that.
My favorite college football player? Let's see. Man, it's got to be the most person I have fun with. It's Carson Wells playing right next to me.
Okay.
We're playing on the outside. Just because, he's my roommate, the brotherhood we have, and I see the hard work he puts in, so I know what's going into his game, and I think it's just most fun to see the outcome. And I'm there, I'm in live, seeing it come to fruition right there on the field, which is, one of the best things, and celebrating with him. And yeah, Carson Wells is definitely one of my favorite players.
Right on, gas up your teammate. I like that. Dimitri.
Well, like he was kind of going in that direction. I think I'm my favorite college football player. But I think a person I grew up kind of watching was Leonard Fournette. Heck of a player in college. Kind of just a beast running that ball. And I always remember he was running down the sideline and stiff-armed the dude into the ground. Big play. But yeah, that kind of just made me excited to play some college football. So
that dude been 6 foot 230 with a beard since he like 15. Nah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Grown man.
Yeah.
All right. Who on the team would you most want to date your sister? Dimitri, you go first.
Would I most want to?
You most want to, or least want to.
I can answer the least want to.
I would. Least
Miller. Keith Miller.
Least want to Keith Miller. Keith Miller not allowed anywhere near my dinner table. Most want to. I would probably say, who's loyal?
Colby Purcell.
No, I'm gonna say Anthony Lau.
Okay.
He's been cut. Yeah, he's been cut for a good time now. I mean, I mess with him. That's my dude. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I hope his girl is listening. I really do.
Yeah.
She's gonna like to hear that. All right, fellas. I put together what I thought was the best all-time Pac-12 offense and defense.
I saw this, I think.
Yeah. Nate, you got the defense. Dimitri, you got the offense. Tell me who I missed. I know that y'all are recent additions to the Pac-12, but y'all got it.
I feel like it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, you got Cole at the top.
My boy Reggie, Cat, Christian, Troy,
Scooby. I remember watching Scooby back in the day.
Mike Williams.
Man, I'm catching hell for the Scooby pick from people.
Scooby?
Yeah.
No, I like Scooby.
I do too.
I'll give you some slack for the Evan Weaver just because.
Ooh, okay.
Should be Nate Landman right there. Bro.
Brandon Cooks.
Say it into the microphone.
Should be Nate Landman right there instead
Okay.
of that Cal Evan Weaver, but it's all right. Teddy Bruschi, crazy player.
Gotta have Teddy Bruschi on there.
Ronnie Lott. Yeah, I mean, you got 10
I
out
like
of
this
11,
offense.
man. Maybe some other are missing in there off the top of the head.
I might have to do something to change your mind on this, so we'll see. I
You
like it.
gotta do it quick.
You got a Colorado kid on there. I like it. I respect it.
All right. Dimitri Stanley, Nate Landman. Thank y'all so much for this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, kinfolk, I appreciate you for watching. Subscribe here and ring the bell so you don't miss the latest upload to the channel. Also, be sure to watch more videos here, like FS1 Studio shows and the best from Fox Sports and Fox Sports Digital.